Good evening. Welcome to Sissy's Cards and Crafts and my craft room. Tonight, I'm Sissy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located here in Eastern Ontario, Canada. Again, thanks for joining me. So, we have the catalogs now. Again, this is the May to August catalog. Everything's in it except there are online exclusives, and they're being updated every few months. And one of the things that they're doing are kits. So I thought tonight, let's do the Radiant Reminders kit. So you can get card kits, which you're going to create some cards, and that they usually are stamping, or you do crafting kit, which is a craft. It can be a card. Quite often there's just not stamping, and that's what this one is. So there is no stamping, but everything's included. I have done every month we do the paper pumpkin. That's a subscription. That is basically a card kit, but it is something that comes out that we don't know what will be in it, and you get one, and that's it. You can get refills for the consumables, so the paper, the envelopes, the die cuts that come with the kit, but you don't get any more stamps or ink in those refillable things. So there is a little bit of leeway there with getting some more product out of the coordinating product with the paper pumpkin. But again, it's launched once a month. Everybody gets the same. However, the card kits, you know what's in them. You can download a video, an unboxing video. You can see what's in them. You can order as many as you want. You can create as many as you want, and you get everything all the time in the same. Every box has the same thing. So if it's a stamping kit, you will get the ink. You will get the stamp in every kit. So there's just a few differences there between the kits and the paper pumpkin. So I just wanted to show that. It is, like I say, here in the catalog. This kit is $20 Canadian. The number is 167820. I've also linked it below this video. I wanted to also let you know that the product of the month has been launched for June. It's the Wild Bunch stamp set. It looks super cute. I have yet to receive mine, but I've been watching different demonstrators do some pretty cute little cards with it. It has the Highland cow, which I know some people will really enjoy, my daughter being one of them. This cute little snail. Definitely cuter than the ones I've been finding in my garden right now. Koala and this adorable little penguin. And then you get some background stamps here, the little party hat and birthday present rather, or I guess it could be a present for anything, but it does say happy birthday. And then thank you for all you do. Hi friend, sending love, just a little note. And then of course a cute little heart there. So lots of things people are doing with the product of the month. They launch a new one at the beginning of every month, and then it is available till it's gone. And once it's gone, it's gone. To be able to receive it, you have to, in Canada, you have to have an order that is $100 before tax, and then it is $7 to add it on. So great deal. And like I say, then once they're done, they're done. I also wanted to point out, so this basically is what we're doing tonight, this Radiant Reminders kit, but it also coordinates and they sell these cute little clipboards. Now, yes, they coordinate, but they go with anything. And you'll notice in the videos that I post, or pictures rather, that I posted with the cards that we did with the relaxing waterside dies or sweet, I actually showed them on a clipboard. So they're great for, they have a little easel on them, so you can show off your cards or pictures, or if you even just when we're cooking, we can put our recipe on that, stand it up and see it. Like they're just adorable. 3 different sizes, slightly different. Maybe 2 different sizes. I guess these 2 are the same size, and then the smaller one. So they say it coordinates. They go with anything. $34 for the 3 of them. Very versatile. All right, let's do the kit. So it comes in a box. Open it up. Everything you need is here. So again, this is a crafting kit. It will have everything we need. That doesn't mean we couldn't embellish with other things, like as we want to, or as we see need. Again, I am live. I have not been able to have people meet me live. Some are definitely watching the videos afterwards, which I really, really appreciate. If you do watch, pop something in the comments, say hi, where you're from. Just something in the comments to let me know what you think of my videos. I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you can catch me live, that would be great. And you can do that by hitting that subscribe button, join and subscribe, and then you will get notified when I am going live. I'm going to try to do it around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So aim for every night, or at least a couple nights a week. Okay, so we have in this kit, we have our adhesives. So you notice we have some little mini dimensionals. And again, our dimensionals are basically the double-sided foam tape. So it gives it some added dimension. Then we have these long strips. These are really great. Same thing, same thickness, everything, but it's just one big long strip. You can basically see that there. You'll see it when we definitely take it apart. Then there is our glue dots. So these, again, double-sided, but they're just very sticky little, called glue dots. And then we have these little embellishments. Can't think of the name of what they are. They're black. Oh, shoot. What is it with the names? They're words at the end of the day. Well, it's not just the end of the day. It's any time of the day. Okay. Instructions are always included. And like I always say, they're in pictograph form. So it's really nice and easy to use. So you don't have to, it's not a language concern or anything. And again, you can even see here, they've demonstrated the clipboard in the back. So these look like they are just basically kind of a picture. They're not a card. Doesn't mean you couldn't put them on a card. But they are to be, as shown here, shown off with your easels. Okay, so the first project here, we have, if you can see that, sorry, my lights, you want lots of light, but then you can't really show what you've got here. So we have some leaves, 2 kind of fronds of fern, and then a couple other leaves here, and then 2 of these with their monstra leaves or whatever. And then we have a moth, and it looks like it's double layered. So looks quite beautiful. You can even see where they have suggested you put your adhesive. So if it's an octagonal shape, that's your dimensional. So these all have dimensionals on them. They all do, actually. If it's a little round circle, it will be a glue dot. So you can see here, there's some little round circles on that. And then you've got these longer ones, which are the long sticky tape. So that is what we are going to do. So our background piece looks to be this one here, right? And this is about 7 1/8 by 5 1/4. So you could cut this down to be a card front. If you wanted to do a 5x7 card, would work quite well. All right, so we've got that. Then we want, looks like we're using both of these. So we're going to pop these out. They do the die cuts quite well, I find. They pop out easily. Now I shouldn't say it, but I have yet to rip one. Like they make sure the cuts are clean before they're shipped out. So we can open these or pop these little things out so we have the views there. All right, another thing, it is June 11th. Stampin' Up! Is giving free shipping for 3 days. It started today. So if there is something on your wish list or something, necessities that you want, like adhesives, these dimensionals, paper, blends, ink, any of those things that you're like, I don't want to order, well, free shipping is the time to do that. So I plan on placing my order and taking advantage of it because it does make a difference. I don't know about you, but you get your order and you hit next in the checkout, and then that shipping hits and tax, and you're like, oh my goodness, and you start having to reevaluate what you're going to order. So take advantage of that. Oh, wait a minute. We've got 2 of these. This one has some gold in it. I'm thinking it's this one. No, that's probably the one. Let's double check. I believe that we are doing it right here. Okay, so we have these 2 leaves. Now we need I don't. Is it these 2? It would be nice if they did give some sort of number system. That would be handy, but not complaining. Okay. So I'm thinking this is it because you can see it's got a little bit of gold there. So we're going to take these ones out. And normally it's not this confusing. It's not really confusing. It's just that time of day that my brain's starting to say it's done enough today. But this would be kind of nice because the leaves are so close. All right. So we have our pieces here, and you'll notice that that's opposite to what it is. It's because this is flipped over and showing me where the dimensionals are, right? So that's why that is like that. Now we have our little moth, and I'm thinking it's that one. And this piece here that's going to go on top. The vellum is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I really enjoy working with vellum. Okay, let's start doing some adhesive stuff here. Oops, I didn't do these. Oh my goodness. All right, tell me about your day. What did you do? Today I had a lovely visit with my cousin. We had a grand old time, which was nice. It was very warm here, and I poor thing, I made her sit outside on the deck. And I don't know about you guys, but since kind of menopause hit, I can't judge temperature. I can be sitting in a cold room and be just hot, hot, hot. Or I could be in a hot room and cold, and I can switch from one to the next without even changing rooms. It's just crazy. I'm getting frustrated with it, but I didn't realize how warm it was outside till we came inside, and then I'm like, oh, the poor thing, I made her sit out there in that temperature. Okay, I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. Awesome tool. I believe it is about $15. There's extra tips you can get for the end. It is definitely worth it. Just a little warning. I did try the one that you can get that is the cheaper version, that is, you know, maybe at the big box stores, and you think, okay, that will work. It is not a metal tip at the end, and it does not poke like you want it to. When you want it to poke, you want it to poke, and it does not poke very well. So, and it was, I probably just saved the shipping charges. Other than that, I think it was the same price as this. So, you know, sometimes it pays to actually buy something that you know is going to last and work and do the trick, instead of something that's just not quite up to par. Now, you know, maybe that's all you need it for. Maybe you don't want something that's going to really poke you. But I do really like something that's going to do what I need it to do and never fails me. Right, so I'm just pulling these little, and that's why I say it pokes. It pulls those little dimensions off. I'm just following the instructions here as to where to place these guys. I pulled two off at once, so one is going to go here. One is going to go here. And then one is going to go down. Oh, two came again. There. And one is going to go down there. Again, these are suggestions. If you want to do anything a little bit differently, like I might think, you know what, this is, oh, crash, bang, boom. I have all my dimensionals just kind of stacked up, and I just had an avalanche, obviously. So with this one being bigger, let's pull out my other dimensionals and actually use bigger dimensionals on it, because that will just adhere a little bit better. And so you can switch it up. There is no fast and hard rules for this. It can be whatever you want it to be. It is your kit. Be thoroughly creative. Okay, so that is those. Now these, that's the brown one. It has a dimensional. I orientate it the same way as what it is on the page. I can pretty much follow it. Did something there. Oh, I guess it's just that backing came off. And speaking of warmth, my goodness, I'm just starting to, you could see me, I'm very flushed at the moment. And I so want to open my window, but it would then be too loud. So you notice this is a little bit long. I'm going to need to snip it. Be cautious when you snip with your scissors, because the glue on the back will possibly bugger things up. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere that back in the little trough there. Now we have this one, and I'm going to put the glue dots on. For some reason, this isn't looking the same. It's the green one, just doesn't look quite the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of measure that distance that I need that to be. And then I'm just going to take that out. And that way, when I'm cutting, I'm not getting glue on my scissors. And these edges, or these long strips, are good because I can actually curve them and make them go the way I want them to. Oh, I just strip down for a minute here. Take a layer off. Again, I start out cold and have a sweater and shirt on, and whew, now I'm getting warm. Okay, so let's put this to, oh, we got to do this guy. So here is my, these are going to be the backs. This. Uh-oh, Josh is grunting and groaning about something. And then there's going to even be a dimensional on that. So that's going to lift that up even more. Oops. Be careful of the little antenna of this guy. Oh, there's getting in trouble. Yeah. So remember I said I haven't ripped anything. This is very, very fine, that antenna there. Be careful of that. Oh my goodness, I think they're out working, doing road work at this time of night. It is 9:49. That is not good. Okay, now let's just put it together. So we have our paper. Make sure it's kind of orientated the way it's supposed to be. And they are taking these lovely things here, and we are putting them on like this. And it is hanging off the edge. So that's your own preference if you want to have it hanging off the edge or not. I kind of like that. It adds to the dimensional aspect of it, gives it a little bit more dimension. I really like it when it's on a card and it's overhanging the one layer into the next layer. So if I had matted this on a different piece of paper, then this would kind of overhang. I like that. I think that looks good when they do that. All right, but it is your project. Okay, so that goes on there like that. All right, now we have our leaves. This one's going to go on here. The gold leaves. Okay. So that is going to fall like that. That little guy there, I just want to stick up, but I think either I put it down with a little bend or I folded it inadvertently, but there's going to be another layer on top. And I think that's where it's important to follow their instructions on where to put the dimensionals. Like I say, you can use a larger dimensional, but placing them in the areas that they suggest, I think, is important because there's multiple layers here going on. So we don't want dimensionals sitting on dimensionals unless that is the look they're going for. Right, so then this looks like it is going to fit right in here like this, which is kind of a shame that you're covering that gold, but it does shine through. And we are going to have a nice little moth or butterfly. I think it's a moth. How can you tell the difference? What is the difference between a moth and butterfly? I've always wondered that. Okay, there we go. And then this little moth is going to sit on the top. Just like that. Now, that would look awesome in a frame, a black frame. I think that would look really cool. And I think that's what I might do. But I like that. So let's put it on one of our things here. but I don't want to poke all those. There we go. Just like that. That's so pretty. Okay, now the next one. So this one has sentiment piece on it. So we're going to use this. So this is a card size. Yeah. Just over. So it's just over 4 1/4 and it is 6. But you could cut that down to make that a card base. All right. And then it says good things take time. And you'll notice you get different languages with this. So you don't have to worry about getting the correct one because there's just one. They come with different languages. And if you know somebody that speaks French or I don't know exactly what the other language is, I apologize. Then that will work really good. Okay. So we have this, that. What is my... So again, we're going to have these 2 leaves, and it shows the 2 green. So we're going to use that here for the green. And then we're using the brown. Do you know what? Maybe I did use the wrong one. Maybe this brown one was supposed to be the white one. I think that was the case. So I'm going to use the white one on this. I just went with what was in that punch out. I did do boo-boo, but hey, like I said, it's your project. It can be whatever you want. Oddly enough, though, that wasn't the one that wasn't looking right when I did it. Remember I said something wasn't punching out normal? Okay, I'm going to poke these out. What's everybody's plans for this weekend coming up? It's, you know, we're into June, and I'm already heard somebody say, oh, you know, not this weekend, but next, June 20th. And it just took my breath away. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's like the end of June already. It's time flies, right? We keep saying it, but it just does. Where did it go to? My husband asked me about doing something this summer or doing it in the fall, and I said, by the time the fall seems to hit, we get September, and then next thing you know, we're done. Like the month is over, or the year is over. We're at Christmas. And he couldn't disagree with me. Okay, so what have we got here? These are our 2 little, so we need 2 butterflies, and I'm assuming, actually 3. So let's do all 3. 1. And again, probably moths, not butterflies. Probably being very inaccurate on that. And then we have this brown that's going to somehow be used, or no? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it will be because it's the wing behind. Okay, sheet's done. So it's very hard to see, but it is this one. It's going to have like the brown stick out under. And these still are dimensionals. I'm going to just do these guys first because I don't want to lose them. That would really be a problem. Okay, so just going to stick that on there. I'm going to put him over in that little tray that we've got for the Glass Mat Studio. So that's what I'm working on here. It's called the Glass Mat Studio. It comes with this lovely little tray. Again, another must, I think, for crafting. I've used it for many different parts of my crafting. Okay, so this one is this one. It's the really fancy one. And we're going to put one each down here. Okay. And then this goes together like that. For some reason, I'm not liking that. I don't do that. I'm thinking these are to go on the back here like this. And I've just buggered these up. Let's take them off. Now, another thing this has is you can flip this over and you've got a little bit of a craft spatula here, which is good for this or removing glue. So that's what I'm going to do. Just try to get that off. I wondered why they were having these go on vellum there. It just didn't seem right, but I was not right. There we go. I'm on a roll lately. I'm not doing very good on being right on anything. Oh, we've had a week. Okay, let's do exactly what I did on the other one and put my dimensional there. Then these ones are going to go onto the back to adhere it. Put a backing on there, and then this. See, because of the brown, that's going to sit and cover that. That's where it should be. Okay, much better. I'm happier now. Right, and then these are going to have our dimensionals here. And here. Okay, 2 done. Now this last one. Can we do it right? Well, I think live and learn, right? So that is going to go here like that. The gold is so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. And then this one just has one here. All right, those are done. Now let's do this. We have our fern piece here. And we're going to put our dimensionals on the spots that are indicated, like I have said all along. Keep doing. Okay. And I keep checking to see if anybody's joining me, and nobody's joining me. Kind of makes me sad. Would be nice to have people to chat with as I'm crafting. All right, so that is done. And maybe say, hey, whoa, wait a minute, you're doing that wrong. That would be nice. Okay, this one, again, I'm going to use the larger dimensionals just to make it a little bit snappier. Okay. And there we go. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then we have our strip in here as well. And I'm just going to pull that out and stick that on. There we go. You know what? I have a little bit left over here, so let's just put that on there. Okay. Take these off. So we're ready to rumble because we have one more. And then we're gonna do some adhering. This just has one little dimensional right there, as well as the sticky. Okay, so we're gonna put that in here. Actually, let's break the rules. Probably come back to bite me, but I'm gonna put one there. Okay, now this has 2 strips. So again, not quite. Just give that a snip. And then I'm going to use these along here. Okay. Boop. Boop. Did I do these? Nope. Boop. 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 How many of you make funny noises when you craft? I just think it makes it much more enjoyable. Okay. So this is like this. We are going to put our monster leaves on first. And so they're going to sit like that. Then this one looks to go on next. And like I said, it should probably be the brown one, but we've gone rogue here. And then this one goes here. And you know what? That's kind of a green tones. Now this is really quite elevated. Did I make sure that was straight? Not really, but you know what? We're going to dress it up with these little guys. So this one is going to go right here. Like that. This beauty is going to go over here. Like that. And then this one is going to stick down here. Oh, put one sleeve like that. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I do think I put that on crooked. But you know what I think I'm going to do? One, I'll try to straighten it up with that and cut the edges off and actually use that as a card base. Okay. Nope, let's use this one. Let's use the smaller one. So there we go. Beauty, beauty. Okay. Now for the final one. This one looks to have a picture in it. So what they've done is they've taken this, and then this is your mat for a picture. So you take your favorite photo and you put that on, and then you use these here to add some embellishment in the corner. And then you also use your sentiment piece that says slow down and stay in the moment. So I really think that's sweet. And I do think I will actually put a picture in that. It's saying a 4x6 picture. So I might print out this adorable picture that we have of Josh, where he got a silver medal for his bowling, which was quite sweet. So that would be nice. Or there's a picture that I have of my husband and I quite a few years ago, but we were at outside Banff, Alberta, and we were in this gorgeous little resort, and we took a picture of us by the water, and I could say that that would be a slow down and stay in the moment picture. So it would be assembled like that, but of course you want to put your picture there. So there is, and then of course we have all of these gems that will adhere and we can embellish with them. I did not see on here where they embellished with the gems. It shows them as part of it in this one, the slow down one, but I don't see it as part of any of the other ones. But that doesn't mean you couldn't just stick some on to give a little bit of extra glitz and glamour, right? So we could just kind of do our 3 there like that, right? Looks good. Okay, so just one more thing and I will let you go. So there's an example of what that one's supposed to do. 3 products to assemble in this kit. When you get the kit, it will tell you coordinating stamp colors. So basic beige, mossy metal, old olive, pecan pie, secret sea, and gold. So if you wanted to use these to create a card, you've got everything right there. You also have detailed instructions. So there is the QR code you could scan to get step-by-step instructions and, you know, watch somebody do it, but you've just watched me do it. So all is good. Those are the kits. Quite beautiful. I quite like it. Like I say, I'm going to make this into a card, and it might have to have the leaves cut off a little bit, but I think that'll be fine. These little butterflies make it. And then I think this would look great in one of the frames that I have, and also putting that in a frame. So that's a kit, $20. There are lots of kits to do something. If you've got a bunch of birthday parties coming up, or birthdays coming up, there's kits that will do birthday cards. Remember, there is the product of the month, and it is free shipping. So take a peruse tonight. Check out the shopping link below this video, and I would love to help you if you have any questions. Take care. Have a good night.